Today we will introduce to you the 4Cs ALE. The presentation will follow this agenda. We are Syndicate 7 and we used the double diamond design method to find out how we can impact society and set up the youth for success in the 21st century. Our work is anchored in two interconnected sustainable development goals, SDG 4.4, quality skills for employment, and SDG 8.6, the substantial reduction of youth who are NEET. There are 3.5 million young South Africans classified as NEET, not in employment, education, or training. A youth unemployment rate of 46.1%, a NEET rate that hit a record 34.2% in 2025. With 4 years left to 2030, only one of 7 SDG 4 components is on track globally. South Africa sits at the sharp end of that failure. And as the research confirms, economic development is directly linked to the quality of a country's human capital. This is not just a social problem, it is an economic emergency. We began in the discover phase, diverging before converging. Desk research revealed that unemployed graduates have increased by 158% and unemployed matriculants by 25% over the past decade. There is extensive research and political will to address South Africa's fragmented education system that is exacerbating youth unemployment. To gain further insight into the problem, we conducted user interviews with individuals that are directly affected. What we heard was consistent. Schools don't teach job-relevant skills. Employers are excluded from the curriculum design. Post-matric pathways are fragmented, and when rejection comes, there is no structured bridge.
As we defined the problem, one story became impossible to ignore. The story of a young matriculant who did everything right, yet still found himself stuck. When we mapped his journey, we didn't see a lack of effort, but the system failing him at every step. Theoretical lenses helped us understand why. Human capital theory shows that he invested in education expecting returns. When applying the sense capability approach framework, it revealed why those returns never materialized. He lacked the freedoms and support to convert his skills into opportunity. And skills mismatch literature showed the deeper structural problem. The labor market simply isn't aligned to the skills our secondary schools are producing. From his journey, 3 structural failures emerged: systemic capability misalignment, a broken education to employment pipeline, and rising need levels. Data synthesis reveals both supply-side stagnation and demand-side skill shortages. When we developed solution options, we used these performance metrics to assess each idea using a weighted decision matrix. The 4Cs adaptive learning engine outperformed all other ideas because it strengthens capability, repairs the transition pipeline, and directly supports the SDG targets.
Develop from idea to solution. After identifying the employment skills gaps and selecting the 4Cs adaptive learning engine, the project moved to the develop phase to operationalize the solution. A simple progressive web app prototype was developed, visualized through storyboarding, and tested with the users and the stakeholders for rapid iteration and early validation. This method resulted in the validated, tangible concept ready for pilot development. Storyboarding translated the innovation into a user-centered experience. The learner journey progresses from unemployment and capability uncertainty to skills discovery, workplace simulation, and ultimately employer validation. The prototype was subsequently piloted with representative users and stakeholders to obtain initial feedback. This approach supported experiential learning, allowing users to interact with the concept while providing insights to refine the functionality, usability, and overall value. The prototype demonstrated how the platform reduces the education to employment gap by making the learner capabilities visible and credible to the employers. Based on the feedback, refinements focused on strengthening the employer integration, improving the user guidance, and enhancing continuous feedback mechanisms. The develop phase confirmed that 4Cs adaptive learning engine is desirable for learners, feasible in practice, and scalable within the employment ecosystem. This phase demonstrates a practical mechanism for connecting individual capabilities with the labor market opportunities, positioning the solution against the competitors like LinkedIn for pilot development and future implementation.
This is the go-to market plan. In Q1, we will recruit 200 learners through SA Youth and Community Radio, resulting in a zero marketing cost. Moving on to the lean model canvas. The platform is free to learners Revenue flows from employer partners through BEE skills development expenditure, a funding mechanism that already exists, requires no new legislation, and aligns corporate compliance spend with genuine social impact. We are targeting a 30% placement rate within 6 months with an approximate 8,000 Rand cost to the employer per placed youth, benchmarked against the YES program. We considered the feedback from Syndicate 1 and 3 and it's shown on the slide. The double diamond gave us precision, the research gave us evidence, the users gave us certainty. South Africa does not have a youth ambition problem, it has a transition infrastructure problem. And 4C's ALE is the infrastructure it has been missing. A platform that takes a young person from rejected to ready. We are not building another platform, we are building a skills bridge for the youth of South Africa.